Mama Media presents This is Humble Hustlers. This is a talk show that I brought to the Bay to represent all the local people because let me just tell you something. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I talk my shit or whatever, but I love the Bay Area. It's something about the people here, the hustlers here, the culture here. There's a good part and there's a bad part, don't get me wrong. But I'm the great part, I'm embraced in completely. We have a friend of mine here, Mr. Co. Okay, Hot Dog Co. You already know on Instagram, Hot Dog Co. He has had a long history in the town. This is all the way town business. He hooks the world up with the pastrami links, and they come from all over to see you, right?
Come from all over, far as Australia.
Listen, and he's not lying because when I lived in Seattle, I put all my friends on. And before I moved here, I used to come and be like, I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to get there. I would come and I would literally, that was one of our first stops. We were stopping at Hot Dog Co.
Gotta stop at Hot Dog Co.
Gotta stop at Hot Dog Co. I go every Sunday. Don't mind me.
Nah, you done hit a couple Saturdays too.
Oh, okay, I was there last Saturday. Okay, that's true. I'm addicted to the pastrami links, you guys. He puts beef bacon and all kind of stuff on there. I'm gonna try not to cuss too much, but I'm a cuss box, so you know I'm a cuss a whole lot. So your humble beginnings. This is the Humble Hustler. We talk about just basically starting from nothing. Entrepreneurship is huge in the world today. It's very it's prone today, but you started almost a decade ago, or about a decade ago.
A decade and a half ago.
A decade and a half.
Almost, yeah.
Right.
Time moving fast.
Okay, so just let's fact check real quick. This part of the segment we're gonna fact check. So let me see if I got my facts right. Okay. You started off in the Popeyes parking lot, 69.
You close, across the street from Popeyes parking lot.
I was okay. Yeah. I don't like being wrong,
right
but
there,
okay, I take it. Let me see. You started on Instagram because of the momentum you were getting with the hot dogs, right? Or you were trying to spread momentum for the most part.
So I actually wasn't big into social media at all. Social media found me. Shout out to my boy Dez and Ty. They brothers from Berkeley. I went to school with them, real close. We was doing hot dogs one day outside, and they pulled up and was like, man, what's up, man? Why you not on Instagram? I didn't even know what the hell Instagram was.
Right.
I wasn't messing with Facebook or nothing like that. So, yeah. So
you're very private. You keep it.
I was very private.
Okay.
Yeah, very private. Yeah. So that's how I ended up getting on Instagram. They told me about Instagram, told me to look into it. I looked into it, and that's how I got on Instagram.
And I believe that was 2012.
Yeah, 2012. Yeah.
Oh my God. You're old. I'm old.
Yeah.
I
got an old soul.
Okay.
Young,
and you
young
do.
in the flesh.
And you do. So, okay. What else do I know about you? Your What the Fork article. Was that the first?
Oh, yeah.
You forgot about that, huh?
Forgot all about that.
You were in the newspaper.
In the newspaper. I should have a blue check.
You should have.
A couple of newspaper articles.
You are a staple in your community. Like, E40 shouted you out. I learned that recently. I didn't know that. I could have guessed that because every time I turn around, there's a local rapper at your hot dog stand. Yeah. You know, I didn't see Sally Rudin been there.
Yeah.
Selski, right? Because this is gonna sound so biased because I'm trying to think real hard, but I see this all the time. I see all these people all the time.
TC Dundada.
Okay.
See Imazi.
Right. I seen that.
Countless people
show you so much love.
Yace Money, R.I.P.
That's right, R.I.P. Yace Money.
There's so many people. 40 Keys from the city.
Okay.
You know, Stunner Man, Filthy.
Right, that's
Lil
right.
Blood, you know,
and you do catering too.
Yeah.
Because I've seen you. They ask about you at events. They be having you at the events. You even go as far as some of the club scenes.
Shout out to Cedar.
Okay.
Cedar, Kevin Locke's little brother on Instagram.
Okay.
He's one of my biggest supporters for catering.
Okay.
Yeah, he comes out all the time. No matter what event he got, he always like hit me up like, Cole, what's up, man? You know, let me come get some trays for you. I got a video, or I got I'm a studio session or a birthday. You know, so
right, exactly.
Yeah, you know, I really appreciate that. You know,
you literally are a staple. Like people can't wait to support you. Like it's so great.
Yeah.
So let's dig deep a little backwards into when you first started.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard in the other interview you did that your grandma kind of started you off cooking.
Yeah, so my grandmother, the great grandma Mary.
Okay.
Right? I was young. I used to spend a lot of time at my grandmother's house. I grew up with my siblings and everything. For me to get away, I either go to my grandmother's house, get some one-on-one time with her. She stayed by herself in Berkeley.
Okay.
So I used to go over there, wake up in the morning. She always had breakfast ready, the most comfortable bed. I had the best sleep at night. She wake me up at night, massage my back at night. You know what I mean? Until I fall back to sleep, which why I like getting massages. On a personal note.
You're a man's man. I noticed that about you a little bit. You throw a little hints on Instagram, you hint a little bit, but we gonna get into that. Yeah.
So, I wake up and she always had this is old touch, a touch from the old school. You know what I mean?
It's not here anymore.
It's not here anymore.
It's not.
I won't be able to get that ever again. You know what I mean? But she'll have like a dish of rice that she made. And she had these little clear containers that she made all the food. Like she had the mixed vegetables and everything.
Right.
But for me, I was young, like 6, 7 years old. But I get the rice and
it meant everything.
It meant everything to me. I get the rice and put it into the container and pack some mixed vegetables in there and stuff it down in there and pat it down. And to me, I just created the best dish ever.
And ever since then, you've been creating all kind of stuff.
I always had to create a mind for it.
Listen, I don't know who told you, what taste buds you don't even smoke weed.
No.
But that pastrami link, the kitchen sink and all that crazy shit, listen, let me tell you, where I'm from, we got Seattle dogs, right? They're hot dogs. They sell them on the weekend. The vendors be out there with their grills. They wait till the club let out or people on their way to the club and they sell hot dogs. The hot dogs are the best thing you can have ever. They taste so good. And they do like some crazy ass shit like cream cheese and all this like crazy ass shit, right? And the grilled onions and shit.
You ever mentioned that before?
Huh?
The cream cheese dog?
I don't like that.
Yeah,
but listen, I'm weird. I'm the only person I know that don't eat that there. I'm the only
I heard
person.
About that.
You heard about that?
Yeah, my boy Ant, Credibo.
Okay.
Yep, Incredible Credi on Instagram. Shout out to Ant. Ant came to my hot dog stand. He come every week, and he's like, man, because I guess Marshawn Lynch was playing for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yes.
And he'll go up there. I guess they're close friends or cousins, and he'll go up there and visit them. He's like, Cole, every time I go up there, they got these fucking cream cheese dogs that everybody eats.
Seattle
like,
dogs.
You gotta try it.
Only in
That's
Seattle.
That's the first time I heard about it.
It's only in Seattle.
Yeah.
And I was just back home, and I was eating them to try to get over the fact that I couldn't be here.
Yeah.
I left, and you had just started getting back on the pastrami links, and I was like, what the fuck? I was gone for some months. I had some stuff going on, and I had to be back home. But I was trying to get my little fix or whatever, but it's not the fucking same. I grew up there. I've been having Seattle dogs forever. I don't even eat the cream cheese one. I'm not really. They're going to kill me on here for saying that. If you in Seattle, get you a Seattle dog.
Seattle, how y'all feel about that?
They ain't going to like that.
They're not gonna like that?
I love the experience. They're really good hot dogs. They're fresh. They're really good. Everyone loves the cream cheese but me. But me. I'm the only weirdo, I swear. But
is it whipped cream cheese or is it like the Philadelphia
Can somebody leave that in the comments? Because I hella don't know. I don't eat that.
Yeah. I mean, it would seem like whipped cream cheese would be more appropriate because it's easier to spread it.
I don't think so.
No.
From what I've seen, from what I've noticed, because all of my friends eat it, but me.
Oh.
It looks like regular cream cheese. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's very interesting shit. It is. It's very interesting. And I'll tell you what else about your pastrami link.
Okay.
I be outright cheating. So I'm vegan half the year. I call it fake vegan when people ask me. I'm fake vegan, for those that want to know. I don't have the discipline to do what's right for me. I'm working on it, okay, you guys? So even though they're going to think I'm so fake, too, because they're going to be like, her first interview was with Hot Dog Co. and she be preaching this vegan shit. Listen, okay? Hot Dog Co. is going to go vegan eventually, too. I'm going to teach him how to make a vegan pastrami link. I make vegan gumbo.
Y'all ready for that?
My vegan meals is top tier.
Okay. Top tier. Well, shit, you said it first, so
we
might have
that might be another video. We need another video and we're going to get some collaboration going.
Okay.
Listen, I started to make you some vegan food today, but I was like, I ain't going to put them to work like that.
See? Now you're talking my language.
Okay, so we done touched on the early beginnings,
Mhm.
the humble beginnings.
Okay.
Before we get out of that, I just want to bring up the old man, rest in peace to him, that started you with your truck. I think that is an amazing story. So people often get these wild ideas.
You done did your research.
This wild idea that
she done did her research, you guys.
Yeah.
Give her credit.
And yeah, so people often want instant gratification with things, and I just hearing about that humble beginning for you and how you started with your mini grill. I got one outside.
Yeah.
Your mini grill, and you worked your way into somebody giving you something that they weren't even sure you would want or could find use in, and you used the fuck out of it. Like, you still use it today. Like, that is like, listen, if you deserve all your flowers.
Well, so I'm gonna tell you about myself. It's about your integrity and your character at the end of the day. I would never forget Al.
Yeah, so, Al, that's his name.
Al, you know, came into my life at a time where I was trying to find myself and try to search out my passion for this cooking venture that I went on. And it meant a lot to me. Like, you know, and to be quite honest, you know, if his family watching this, they know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I think Al knew he was in his last stages of life.
Okay.
You know, but he always made time to come by in his wheelchair. You know, he was going to dialysis all the time. He'd go to church. He'd make sure he stopped by me and check on me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, young man, I like what you're doing. Because, you know, to be honest, I think I was, you know, probably it was a rare sight to see somebody in my age at that time doing what I was doing at that time. It wasn't popular.
Right. No.
Like, there wasn't nobody Insta chefing and all this stuff like that.
Right.
You know, I like to say I'm a genuine one.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But he came by and you know, he's like, man, I like what you're doing. I used to cook. You know, he'd just give me little pieces here and there about little tiny things. You know. And I didn't know who he was at first. He was like, you know, I'm Al. Every time he come out, like, I'm Al. You gonna get to know me, and I'm gonna do something for you one day. I'm like, you know, I'm just keeping it, you know, like, you know, right on Al, you know, chop it up with him, talk to him as long as I could, you know, before he had to go home. And one day, he had asked for my number. He got my number, and then it's a guy in around the neighborhood that we call Zigzag. Okay. He's like the guy that rides around, do little odd jobs, help people out. He was close to Zigzag, so I guess he sent Zigzag and told me to come around the corner one day. I came around the corner and I seen a trailer sitting out there. It was an old wooden trailer with some barbecue pits on there. And I'm giving you the in-depth story.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, nobody never really heard all that in-depth. But I go around there and he like, yeah, he started telling me about his family. He's like, I got a son in North Carolina. You know, I love him. I don't really get the chance to see him. And he was kind of telling me, like, you know, I ain't going to be here long. You know, I want to give this to you, you know, to keep this going. Like, you know, I want to be a part and to help you push you towards, you know, something in your future that can help you out.
You feel a void for him.
Exactly. And, you know, and I sat and we talked for you know, multiple days, like, you know, different times and things like that. And you know, when the last time I saw him, you know, he was like, you know, take this trailer, you know, give me $20 every now and then, come by and check on my mother. Right. That's what he said. Right. When he said come check on my mother, I knew he knew, like, dang, you know, something ain't going right for him, you know. So you know, it wasn't too long after that, you know, I got a phone call from his sister, I believe, and she told me the news, like, you know, Al passed. Oh, wow. You know, he was very fond of you. He talked about you all the time, things like that, and he wants you to make sure you keep this going. You know? And I said, you know what, I'll always keep it going. When I get to where I want to get to, I'll make sure I honor his name completely, forever. So his son came out one time from North Carolina, and I actually went to his funeral and actually spoke at his funeral. Oh, wow. The family let me speak at the funeral. Oh, yeah. Wow. I went out there and spoke. And because I wasn't ready to do, you know, I just went and spoke from the heart, you know, let them know, like, I feel like Al's a part of my family. You know, extended family now, you know, forever. Yeah. You know? So that's the story of that right there. You know, I don't feel like I'd be an honorable person if I didn't put Al inside my life. Mention him in my life story. Absolutely. You know, on my journey. Absolutely. And he, you know, so I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now to this day if I didn't get that trailer. Right. You know, it was tough on me getting.
You packed your car up.
Packed my car.
I heard.
You know,
couldn't see out the back.
That changed everything for me.
You know, it's very rare and I'm gonna especially say this. This is where I get to talking shit because you and sorry. Anyways, it's very rare that young black men be humble like that and look for the bigger picture.
That's how you raised.
And have tunnel vision.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, so your mother owned a daycare. Your parents were top tier individuals out here. Had to be. I don't know if too many people knew them or if they were famous or not, but you can tell by the way you carry yourself. I know that everyone that ever meets you knows you come from good stock.
Yeah.
Because it's some wild shit out here.
Well, my parents always tell me, I represent them.
Yeah.
And
that's why you don't smoke weed. Your grandma, right?
My grandmother, I made a promise to her that I would never smoke. It's on wax now, so anybody ever see me smoking, I broke my promise to my grandmother. So
I don't think he gonna do it, y'all. Yeah. I heard he done got into fights and shit and all kind of shit.
I used to knuckle up, but people used to offer me weed. I just felt like it was disrespectful if I tell you that.
Yeah.
That I'm not with it.
Absolutely.
I was big on peer pressure.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I'm always been my own man. So,
right.
I don't want nobody to think that you can peer pressure me into doing something. Now you disrespecting me if you keep trying to.
Absolutely. You stand on your morals.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I had to bring that part out of you because that's huge. I just had my first child and I come from a sort of dysfunctional family in Seattle. Mm-hmm. I have a family in Oakland. Mm-hmm. My father and his entire side is from West Oakland. Shout out to the West 21st. I don't know if I'm that's gang banging. I ain't trying to gang bang.
Is she gang banging?
No, I ain't trying. I'm not. No. Look, I'm from Seattle. Seattle. Don't get me wrong though. Seattle's rough.
We turf out here.
I got one of the roughest families in Seattle. Rough, tough. Yeah. With they Afro puffs, fucked up. Excuse me, y'all. Please don't fuck up my comments. My cousins. I'm talking about my cousins. Yeah. But it's like when I came to Oakland. Now you see, I'm real proper and I'm real flower power. Yeah. But I had just out here because where I come from, whew. But out here, it's like all y'all is where I come. Like all y'all is my family members. Yeah. Like out there, it's just a couple families like that. Yeah. Probably 10. 15 throughout the whole city. Yeah. Everybody's like that here. Yeah. So I be having to give my flowers when I see it. I got a son and I be scared to death. Like, my son, like I gotta make sure I give him something. If I don't leave him with no properties and no, the work ethic, what you show him, it's like you said, it's important. I don't want to be a slave to a job. I don't know if you ever felt like that. I'm a radical. I call myself radical. My entrepreneurship is important to me. I have all kind of businesses and I do all kind of things, but my work ethic shows. And I like like-minded people like me. I don't know if you consider yourself a radical, but
well,
tell us the truth now.
I tell you this. What I do want to mention is that because you mentioned work ethic. Yeah. I think everybody. Not everybody gonna have this, but I do have to mention somebody you can bounce things off.
Yeah. Okay. Not being the smartest person in the room.
Most definitely. And I never had a brother.
Okay.
Like biologically.
Are you the oldest?
No. Okay. I'm the second youngest.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's crazy how things work because I had gained a brother when I was young.
Okay.
And he's actually here today.
Okay.
His name is Izel. We call him Zelly Mac. Okay. Zelly Mac GSNG on Instagram. But I feel like I kept my life on track by being a big brother to him.
Okay.
And because I feel like
he had somebody watching you.
Yeah, he competed with me,
okay.
But he also watched me. You know what I'm saying?
In a healthy
what
way.
I was doing exactly, and certain things like that.
It kept you motivated and it motivated him.
Yeah, but he's smarter than me.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
He's smarter than me. And he's more patient than me.
Okay.
It's crazy because how it went full circle now. It's like I be looking at him when I be get frustrated and shit. I be thinking of him like dang, like what would bro do? Because he's so patient. You know what I mean? He thinks everything out, and that's just one thing like I could fall back on. I lost my father, but I could fall back on bro because we got some of the same principles. We stand for a lot of the same shit. Always
you
been
know,
like-minded, the same.
I'm gonna tell you why I love that. A lot of time people, it's all about your tribe. It's all about your village. I preach that a lot. From like my son's side, it's his family, my father's side of my family that had just met me in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
It's all about your tribe and what you get out of it and what you put into it. It's all about the energies. It's all about the varieties of it. You know, ain't nothing wrong with appreciating somebody, seeing the qualities that you don't have. And a lot of time people can't do that though. A lot of time it's a selfish sort of thing, and you can't give somebody else their props and say they're better than me at A, B, and Z, and I need them for C, D, and you know. So that's big of you.
Yeah, because it's a fine line because we're competitive.
Right.
We push each other.
Right.
You know, like it don't matter if it's basketball, the video games. I mean, he used to be breaking shit, like, you know what I mean? Like breaking the controller when I beat him, you know what I mean? I got pleasure of beating him. You know what I mean? But when
he gonna make you work for it.
Yeah, when it comes to real life things, you know, like we always there for each other. You know, but he always trying to keep my mind straight and we bounce shit off of each other, you know what I mean?
Condition each other.
Yeah.
Because somebody's gonna do it. Somewhere, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Twitter, TikTok, you're being conditioned. Do you know that? You're being conditioned right now at this very moment. And we're going to get into the next segment so I can condition you a little bit myself.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
So back into this conditioning thing. So, you know, me, myself, even though my locks are blonde, I would like to think I represent the conscious community. And what I mean by that, being a female radical with a military mind, I am extreme. I'm on the extremes. I'm extremely pro-black. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to say too much shit to get me shadow banned on YouTube because I'm already shadow banned on Instagram. I didn't caught on to you guys. It's fine. But I'm extremely pro-black and I'm into the consciousness, us figuring out who we were supposed to be. I'm not too much. Great. I used to be like real judgy with it, like you shouldn't believe in Jesus Christ and you shouldn't celebrate Christmas and you. All right, so live your life, be happy. Life is short. If you're gonna be conditioned to positive things that bring out positiveness in you. That's all you got to do is be completely positive and make sure that your beliefs are structured into something that you could really move on. You know, a lot of things don't hold people. A lot of stuff be fads and, you know, this consciousness, I tell you, when I became conscious, it was some years ago. I got some years into consciousness, but it took some influence, like I was saying, your tribe. And it's crazy, right? Because I was living real fast. But my tribe of people around me was real smart and they was different. They was brave. And they enlightened me to a lot of things and I got it from a lot of different angles. I got many blessings through the people that I met. And the thing about it is today when I give people the gift, that's what I call it, the gift. You choose whether to accept it or not, you know? But when I give it to people, I just kind of like, I push for you to look into research before textbook time. Before what they gave you in school. I push for you to look into what before slavery was like. We all come from, they say either Africans or Indians. That us as blacks was the original Indians. You know, they talk about the Moors and that and all that. I just press for people to look into your history and to dig deep into what is supposed to be our knowledge because at the end of the day, we all here in America and we all go through what America wants us to, no matter what that looks like or how that, you know, and some of us like me and you find our own way, but it's not enough of us teaching that, you know, and spreading it. I'm trying to spread this shit like wildfire, you know, there's not enough of us. So it was like you said, it wasn't a popular thing when you picked up cooking hot dogs on the corner. No. You was cooking hot dogs on the corner and look at you. I seen what you pulled up in. I'd be seeing your videos and you be going out of town and you be, listen, the kids think the only way you doing that is pimping, rapping, selling drugs, stealing, robbing. Look, and I'm not even gonna say the kids because I know some 30-year-old niggas that should be a fucking shamed. A fucking shamed, okay? But you get into this and you let your principle guide you. You let your morals guide you and you the nigga now. Like, And I don't even mean that being funny, because you
Yeah.
know I'm the nigga too. But you the nigga now,
Yeah.
like you the support you get,
Yeah.
the titles you receive, just from everybody can see you're genuine. Tonight you closed and you made a post and you directed them to another restaurant. I'm gonna call you
that?
out on this because I seen Bay Area Foods. Bay Area Foods, if you're watching this, you're next. Commented and said you a real king.
Yeah.
And now, listen, we
That's
didn't talk
my bro,
about
too.
giving
Shout
you.
out Bay Area Foods.
Shout out Bay Area Foods.
Yeah.
People give you your flowers a lot.
Yeah.
They give you your flowers
seen
a lot.
of flowers, yeah. And they're blossoming, so.
So, with this movement and in your entrepreneurship, where are you going next with the food?
So, some of that is a secret still.
Okay.
But I will tell you this. I'll be available. How can I put this? I'll be available to a lot more people.
Okay. Okay.
You won't have to come to me as much from far distances.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that I'm very excited about that.
Uh-huh.
I think it's gonna change the game. I got a lot more to offer in this that people haven't touched on or probably just don't know how to push out.
Right.
And I feel like because I'm an original, on my bio it says like, you can taste my passion. You can taste my passion, right? But honestly, like, I got a road that I'm about to take that's gonna just complete me.
Okay.
In a lot of ways.
Okay.
You know, with this cooking thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
It's gonna be nice.
I'm excited for you.
It's gonna be the thing.
I hope everybody watching this consider the fact that instant gratification is not real and it doesn't exist. And whatever you want, you can put your mind to it as long as your work ethic is behind it. Mm-hmm. He is pure. What is that I'm looking for? You are standing proof of that. You know, I would like to say I am too. Look, for all you young girls, you know, that was doing what I was doing, living fast like I was living fast, you know, raise your fucking kids, bro. You know, do something else. Do something that you're good at doing. His grandma had him mixing rice in the kitchen with mixed vegetables, and look at him now.
You never know where it come from.
You never know where it come from. If you like to do it, if you think about some shit that you are just afraid to get into, you don't really know that much about, jump into that shit because it could very much work for you and it's very much worth the risk. Take the risk. You take other risks, take these risks.
Take the risk.
So, okay, now we're gonna get into some personal. Can you give me a look? How many kids you got?
4.
You got 4 kids?
Mm-hmm.
It's because you're handsome like that.
I think it may be that, or it may just be that.
Every time I see you, I see your daughter. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Which one?
Her whole face. Your oldest. Your oldest. I see it just every time. I might as well be talking to her.
Marticia. That's her.
Shout out, baby girl.
Yeah, her page is TC Creation on Instagram.
And so she got a lot of that from you.
That is. Yeah, she's more talented than me.
Oh yeah.
By far.
Oh. Yeah.
And I'm not just saying
it.
Yeah. Believe me that. Like, she's a natural.
Yeah.
Like, I literally, like, I always included her in everything I did.
Right.
But let me tell you something. Like, I can make something. And she's so good, she can tell me what I got in it.
Right. Just from tasting it.
Just from tasting it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. She's very talented. Like, I mean, she can draw your face.
Yeah, because I need a picture. Right. Okay. We were talking about that. I need a picture. I'm so serious. Like, I really want. Yeah. You know, I'm a little vain or whatever stuff. Yeah.
So that's my oldest. I reference her as TC. That's her Instagram, TC Creation.
Because she comments back. She's well involved. She don't play about her dad, okay?
Yeah,
she's well involved.
And she knows me like no other. I mean, before I even say something, she's like, wait, Dad, what you about to say? I ain't said nothing, but I'm just about to say something. I'd be like, how'd you know?
Because she came first. She been with you the longest.
That's my baby girl. I used to carry her on my back in the store when she was like an infant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had the little backpack there. Yeah. Put her on my back and going to the store. Everybody be looking like she looked just like
How old were you when you had her?
20.
You were 20. Okay, you've been doing that stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
And then you have a set of twin boys.
Twin boys, yeah.
How is that?
Yeah. Oh, it's fun. You know.
I would have no hair. I would have no locks.
Yeah. You know. Then my little alpha kings. You know. The twins. You know, they daddy's boys.
Yeah.
You know. They watch everything I do.
Yeah.
You know, they try to follow my footsteps. Like
and you take them to work.
Take them to work with me for sure.
I've seen them at the stand a lot of times.
They're very helpful.
Yeah.
Very helpful. You know.
They're at that age where they want to get into stuff. Let me help.
And they're growing.
Yeah.
They're growing. They're eating more.
Yeah.
They're getting taller.
Yeah. Do you teach them how to cook?
They watch,
Yeah.
they just, they watch, and I don't try to push them into anything.
Mm-hmm.
I more so did that with my daughter, but she was into that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, she's
Both
a
of my
girl,
girls
so
are.
that's okay.
Yeah, both of my girls are into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my boys, they want to, they into the being aggressive. You know what I mean?
They want to do sports.
Yeah, they twins, so they constantly wrestling each other.
Yeah.
Now they go outside, they play catch, and
And
all
you
that
were
stuff.
saying TC does sports.
Yes. My baby girl just won state championship with Oakland Tech.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a baller.
Young ladies like her make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping them active,
Mm-hmm.
keeping them busy,
Most definitely.
upping their skills in all kind of various ways.
Yeah.
And little girls be needing a lot to do.
Yeah.
I'm very big on keeping a full schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to tell people, like my son's dad, as of lately, I've been trying to just, I'm really bad at preaching.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in my life, they take it as I'm really being judgy,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm, think I know it all,
Yeah.
which I do. I think I know it all, but I'm gonna tell you why. I have the scars to prove it. You would want to listen to me. I have the scars to prove it. Anyways, so I was saying. That's the first time I had a brain freeze while we're doing this. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I was saying I be trying to keep a full schedule. That's been my word of advice lately is for people to keep a full schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Do everything that you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
To the capacity that you make time for other things. Mm-hmm. You only have so much time for other things. Yeah. So it even lessens your chance at falling into shit that's going to harm you. Yeah. Because you're so focused. Being focused is like the betterment of...
When you do my type of work, trouble finds you.
Oh, I can believe
for the
that.
most part. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you're on defense.
Yeah.
But, I'm aggressive by nature. So I never like to feel like I'm a victim or I'm on defense. You know what I mean? I like to feel like I'm just aware.
Yeah.
But, I like to be on the, on the aggressor side.
Right.
I'd rather be a suspect than a victim.
No, I understand. You know what I mean? I often say, even though I'm sunflowery, and I talk very nice, in Seattle where I'm from, all the hood rats talk like this. All of them. But I like to say I'm a wolf in sheep's clothes. Yeah. I like to be soft. Yeah. I like to be reserved. This is what I like. I like to be peace and flowers. Yeah. But, if it's not appropriate and I can't do that, I know how to be different.
It's amazing because I feel like we all got that in us. I was having a conversation yesterday with my bro, Zellyman.
Okay.
And we had talking about art of being patient, the art of kind of like.
And you were saying that earlier. He's real patient.
Yeah. Sitting back reserved, not letting your right hand know what your left hand is doing.
And that's important.
Basically.
It's important.
It's important and to me it's an art.
Yeah.
That's an art.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It gets deep.
I would say so.
You never know what a person's capable of or what you're dealing with.
Until it's too late.
By judging a book by its cover.
Oh my God.
The cover can fool you.
Oh my God. The tribe and the environment and the energy. I'm big on those three things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So on a personal note, we're talking about the children. Mm-hmm. How's the dating scene for the single dad? You're a super busy man. Do you get to ever?
Yeah. So, I'm chasing my purpose. So I have, before I get to my dating scene, just to give you a little insight, I love women. Mm-hmm. I feel like, there are certain women that I can deal with certain things depending on their personality. There's, certain situations where, there might be a woman whose personality fits me going out bowling or doing certain activities with.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There are certain women that I feel like, I can, vibe with, have a deep conversation with.
You keep the energy where it belongs.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's not all about the sex. You know what I mean?
And earlier we were talking and you brought up keeping women in their femininity.
Yeah, that's important. I think, we all have our roles. For me, being the type of man that I am, you know what I mean? That's very important. Yeah. You know what I mean? It actually turns me on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when a woman,
is womanly.
Yeah.
See, because in this day and age, it's like, I don't know where we stray, right? Mm-hmm. And I say we, not so much as a gender, but as a people. Okay? So it's like, even the new grandmothers are not how they used to be.
They're younger nowadays.
It's so crazy. Like, the standards and the
grandmothers are at the age of a prime mother now.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, and you definitely can feel what's missing.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of the love and the care and the selflessness.
Yeah.
You
See,
can
my grandmother was like 50 years older than me.
see,
You know, so
See?
she was like she was well through her life. You know,
and was
wisdom,
ready to be dedicated to
you know,
her legacy.
done work, retired, basically, and she was ready to give me the grandmother time. I think that's has a lot to factor in.
Yeah, and so we touched on before. For me, the whole dating thing, you kind of got to know why you're doing it. A lot of people, yeah. So I got this. My belief system is strange, but it's taken a lot of experience to get here. Okay. So I wholeheartily believe in it, regardless to the way it looks. But forewarning, my belief system is strange. But for me, like I guess there are levels, right? There are different categories. There's passive daters, and then there's serious daters. Yeah. I'm a serious dater. You know, I don't want to date a bunch of guys for fun. Mm-hmm. I believe in guy friends. I've always had guy friends. Mm-hmm. And this is what I was telling you before. I'm from somewhere else, so it's taken me a lot to get to know people. I don't have very many female friends. Mm-hmm. California women are extremely aggressive. I think we're going to visit a little bit of why you guys are aggressive. And I was saying earlier, I don't want nobody to hate me. Don't chew me up in the comments. You know, I think California women are great. There's a lot of culture here. You know, they got game. Like I pride myself. I call myself little sister good game. Mm-hmm. I'm big mama business, but I'm your little sister good game. Yeah. I got some good game about myself. And I think when I made it to California, it just heightened my shit hella much because it's hard to get over out here because everybody's already doing it. Mm-hmm. The shit that I'm running circles around motherfuckers at home with, a nigga called me out in 2 seconds here. Yeah. And this is like some years ago. Like I didn't have to adapt and change my little, you know, but it's so much going on. It's a lot. You know? It's the women, boy.
Yeah, I mean,
it's either the women is like this, and they got their motion going. They doing their shit. I didn't seen some women doing their shit in the Bay, and then I didn't seen where it's like, okay, you a little trouble, young lady, but you got the potential to do some shit, and I know that that's everywhere, but I think I have had some personal relationships with some young ladies that has made the Bay Area culture and some of the Bay Area politics a little near and dear to my heart different than, you know? Yeah. So, but back to dating for a purpose. Mm-hmm. So, like, for me, I'm a serious dater, so that causes me to not really date, you know, because a lot of people are dating for other reasons, which is not a bad thing. You have to know what you're in it for. Yeah. I'm one of the most distant family members a family of mine will have, you know? So for me, it's like my intention in dating is I'm trying to create my family. You know, that it like, I have a family, but I want my family, like, that I'm creating with intention. Gotcha. Like, this is what we doing, and this is how we doing it, and this is our thing, like, well, you know?
It's in your nature. It's in your nature, especially as time goes on.
Yeah.
You know, especially for women to want to have that, you know.
So it's important because now you remember I told you me and J. Cole had a very political type conversation. Yeah, I'm throwing you back in here. We had a very political conversation about men and women. Yeah. Kind of like a men versus women, but it wasn't like a men versus women. When I say men versus women, I want you guys to understand the healthiness in the term, okay? Because we're not against each other, but I do think that there needs to be awareness on both ends, where we're going in life, where we've been in life, what we feel, how we regress, progress, etc. So I was telling you before, I really like that, keeping a woman in her feminine capacity, because we need reminders. Life is hectic. Work is hectic. Children is hectic. Keeping a clean house is hectic. Keeping your man entertained. I try to stray away from guys that want me to entertain them. And it's hard. It's hard because I'm so colorful and crazy, right? And I'm like this online. I'm like this in real life.
You gotta entertain.
And you gotta, people want to know. Like, so when you go full circle sometimes, and I don't know if it's out of pressure, if it's out of tiredness. I was telling you earlier, human nature is the number one. Like, that is above all else. I don't give a fuck what nobody's telling you. I don't care how you feel when you heard it. It's human nature that you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
Trusting not at the root of the word. I don't want to trust you to make my hot dog good because you said you was going to do it. Mm-hmm. I want to trust the fact that I know his work ethic is so good, he's not going to give me nothing because it ain't going to match his brand. That don't match his brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to trust. It's like when they say trust what you can see, but half of what you hear. Okay. Or what is it? Don't trust what is it? Help me out.
You got to throw it at me.
They say believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
Okay.
Right?
Go with what you say.
But nah, see, because I believe it is what it looks like. Mm-hmm. Wholeheartedly. And if you have the complex mind enough to think about why it looks that way or how it originated to be what it is, it helps. It's helpful. Yeah. So, like, not to get too psychology on y'all and nothing, but like human behavior. Human behavior is an important key and an important factor in everything because it is the deciding factor of why a person is the way they move. You know that I'm colorful and you know that I'm a little eccentric, so you can trust me to be that way, even when it doesn't suit you, even when it's probably not appropriate. You can trust that that's what I like to instill. Trust what it is. And if you can't, if you don't like what it is, don't even try to, So for me, I seldom meet people that I could trust what it is, that I could be satisfied with exactly what I see. And I was telling you before, my serious dating comes from like, how I live, how I die, how my children are raised, whether I'm here or not. You have to be on a common plane with somebody. You have to have the same type of mind frame to raise children, to raise each other. It's all about your tribe, the energies that you get and what you put out. So me and J. Cole were having a conversation. I got to point you out. And he was bringing up the women who run around breaking hearts, turning men into drunks. And you had a very good question for me when we talked about this. You said, how can you lead a man to a bottle?
You mentioned that you done led
I have
men to the bottle.
Okay, so this is where we got deep, right? Okay, see, now you guys gotta see my socks again and shit. So back to human nature, right? Everybody's comfort zone, everybody's discomfort, everybody's flaws, everybody's rescue. When I say rescue, I mean, what is your comfort blanket? What are you going to run to when shit's uncomfortable? Okay. I'm a pothead. Now, it might come from me being sunflowery or whatever, but I smoke weed. So if I'm having a stress day or a long day or I can't get my mommy shit right, because I have days like that where I smoke weed. I smoke it by the ton. I'm picky and all that. Like, so that's my flaw. Like, I part of me being an imperfect person is I have a weed addiction. Like, I'm wholehearted like a boy. Like, I'm addicted. Like, I say that because it's really not cute, ladies. You do what makes you happy. We gotta live, but it's like a boy. I'm uncomfortable with the fact that I can't just be okay by myself.
Gotcha.
I'm uncomfortable with the fact that I rely on something to change my mood.
Gotcha. And
I do. I heavily rely on it. I need it. I'll be in here fucked up.
That's one of my things. I don't want to rely on
anything outside of you. Yeah.
Other than that, and I think I never gave myself an opportunity to do that. I don't know how I'd be if I did when I was younger and allowed myself to do that. But everything comes full circle. Part of me promising my grandma when I was a little boy, to not do that, and I, kept my integrity and held myself to that,
and it helps.
To that, my word to my grandmother, probably stopped me from, because we all have we all have cravings for certain things.
Yes.
We all pick up habits.
Yes.
You know, some good, some maybe bad, whatever you want to call it.
And where you be in trouble is where it becomes a comfort blanket.
Yeah.
You should only have to seek comfort inside of you. Everything that you need is already there. And if you find yourself looking outside of you to get comfort or to get something that you need, you got to dig a little deeper and figure out what's wrong. So like right now, I've called myself in the last few weeks since I've been back in California trying to dig a little deeper. You know, I dig pretty deep sometimes. That's what leads me to vent online. I be venting online. I know y'all didn't see me vent online. But I question myself a lot. I question my spirit. I question my past. I do that shit a lot, and I just try to figure out if you fix what's wrong, you know, that's a big part of codependency. Is there something wrong? You know? But anyways, we're drifting. We got into all that because I believe that in people's comfort blankets and in people's flaws, it's like triggers, you know? So like my son, for instance, is a trigger for me. It doesn't matter if it's someone I'm dating or a family member or a friend. If my son is brought up in certain capacities or my motherhood is brought up in certain capacities, I'm triggered.
Yeah.
I'm triggered.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to offend you. You're probably going to never want to talk to me again or feel really bad for me at the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
Or, you know, and at the end of all that, I'm going to need to self-medicate because now I'm hot. I'm irritated.
Yeah.
Like, you triggered me. You took me somewhere.
Yeah.
So I believe in social circles. And I say social because it's bigger than relationships. People have the ability to trigger you, whether they know it or not. And a lot of times people don't know what other people's triggers are, or that you have certain triggers.
Tread lightly.
Yeah, that's where that saying comes from. You would want to tread lightly.
Yeah.
So I think, okay, so for instance, I'm going to throw an instance out there.
Okay.
I was dating this guy some years back, and he's the same sign as me. We're triggered a lot.
What's your sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Sign.
I'm a December 6th Sagittarius. December ones are the cool ones. Yeah. You know, I dated another guy. That's another story for like 10 years ago. But he dated a girl that was December 6th too. And when I met him, she broke him. He used to be like, that's that December 6th shit. Can you imagine? Like, it was terrible.
December 6th.
But anyways, I'm a Sagittarius. And in a part of my sign, we're easily triggered and aggressive, unfortunately. It's like a catch-22 with me because as much as I like to be flower power, I can be kind of, yeah. So, the aggression in the Sagittarius. God damn it.
But see, even with that, like, me going into a situation, I'm never trying to change anybody, but
you'd be surprised.
I don't feel like I'm ever the underdog in anything like that. Like, that doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Like, I pay attention to science and see things, but to me, I'm unbothered fighting.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I've been knocking everybody out.
Like,
that shit don't bother me.
Right.
Like, good for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, and the same thing in a relationship. Like, you know, a woman, yeah, she may lower the field for herself. Like, okay, boom. Some dudes can't handle my personality. I can't handle, you know, me. But there's dudes out there that can handle that shit. You know what I'm saying? That know how to, you know, hone that shit in. You know, not trying to change you, but hone it in. You know, that's a, you know, a plug and an outlet. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, that's just my thoughts on it. You know what I mean?
Relationships take a lot of molding.
Oh, it takes a lot of communication. And,
you know, it's crazy because as much as people can identify with consistent growth, that you're supposed to grow until you die, I don't think they really take that serious for real. You're supposed to grow with people.
Most definitely. I mean, in life in general. Yeah. Like, I'm always humble for the most part because I know I don't know it all. Yeah. And I would never know it all. Yeah. But that gives me you know, ambition. That gives me drive to want to learn as much as I can, or experience as much as I can. You know, to be an open book as much as I can. Right. To different circumstances and different things and experiences that's out there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, a lot of people get stuck in one spot because they feel like, oh, this is all I need to know. I'm good here. I'm good there. No, like you content. You know what I mean? Like open yourself up and learn more. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, you write with your right hand. Okay, motherfucker, learn how to write with your left hand now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know how many languages? 1, 2 languages? All right, learn 4 or 5 more. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. You know what I mean?
So I like when you said that you don't want to change anybody, because that's important. I think a lot of people get into relationships thinking that they could change people. And that was like when I touched on, I want to be able to see it for what it is, and I want to be able to take it for exactly what I see. You know, those things are important because you're going to grow regardless, you know? And if you just spend time and have company that doesn't grow you, it's like, what are you doing that? There's capacities where that's okay, but it can't be an all the time thing. Remember, your tribe, your energy, the trap. This is a conditioning. We're conditioning, okay? With all that being said, it's important that when you are with a person, it has to be solidified to a certain degree. Because if you're not thinking in a human nature type of way, you're not thinking about these things, how to grow a person without necessarily changing them and still accepting them from how they are, how to accept challenges from other people and grow with other people without straying away from who you are at core. You know what I'm saying? That can cause friction, that causes triggers, that can cause people. So, for example, I've been in relationships where I knew they were not genuine. And I was just passing the time, and so were they. We both might have been benefiting, and that was it. And then I've been in relationships, just like 2, that actually felt like this is my person, and I'm supposed to go the long haul with this person. You know? So I think where young ladies get mixed up these days is it's kind of hard to know which is different. For me, the life that I was living, it was easy to know. I could tell the difference. But sometimes you're not that blessed to be sometimes a man will see you and meet you or hear of you, and he might have those intentions until he gets knee deep into what makes you. And he might get uncomfortable, and it might not be, and vice versa for women. Sometimes a guy might just be playing. I ain't got nothing to do. I don't think you got nothing to do. I don't respect that you don't got nothing to do. And I really don't respect the fact that I ain't got much to do. So we just passing time. And then sometimes I've been put in situations where passing the time looks like a lie. It looks like you're building, but you're really not. You're really still just passing the time. And it's hard to differentiate.
But do you think you think that's a bad thing?
Well, it depends on what you're signing up for. If you're signing up for passive dating,
and that's where the communication.
The communication part, that's huge, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you could communicate something and get across, and sometimes you can't. Understanding is just as important as what's communicated, And my own personal experience, I think that as time changes and your feelings develop, and people pour into you and you receive people. I don't want to say victim because that's a bad word, but I've had situations change my mind. Like that I might have walked into one way, but the experience was it was such an experience that I left a different way. Okay. And I won't always say that it was the other person's intention to teach me what they taught me. Or to give me what they gave me.
You're gonna take things out of the way you receive it. You know what I mean?
Right.
The way you can process the information that you got.
Right.
That's what we. It's all about how you process information. Like I said, we all learn different.
Yeah.
We have different ways of learning. Different. We see things differently.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I do got a question for you though.
Okay.
Since we're on the dating thing, right?
Yeah.
From the outside looking in. What type of man do it look like I am from the outside looking in?
You're an alpha.
Okay.
You're outright an alpha. Right. And it's easy to tell because you have your own program. Okay. There's so many men that don't have their own day-to-day, this is what I'm trying to stray away from being geological, right?
Okay.
God bless my experience in Oakland, California. I feel like there's it's like a 50-50. Because like I was telling you guys earlier, the hustle here is amazing. The entrepreneurship here is so crazy. We have people on your caliber all the way to all kind of various fields of this entrepreneurship, from mine to, you know. So, but it's so easy to run into a man that ain't doing nothing. It's so easy. It's so easy.
But you know they can flip the coin at any time.
Okay, but you'll see that. You can have a conversation with a person and figure out where their mind's at.
True.
Figure out what's important to them.
Yeah. You
can go on their page and see what they rant and rave about the most. Where their mind's at every day. Yeah. You know? So
But once again, at any time a certain experience can happen. Something can happen and
a spark.
Yeah. And boom.
How Tupac said, I'm not gonna change the world. I'm gonna just be the spark of the brain that changes the world. That's my shit. Yeah. But so I think it's easy to spot an alpha because you're very direct. You know, all the times that I have visited you, not only were you respectful and humble to everybody around, but to me, even when you first met me and didn't even really know me, I didn't re-met you hella times. Through hella people. I
saw you at Safeway in San Leandro.
With my auntie.
Yeah.
Listen, my auntie still talks. You're my boyfriend to my auntie.
Oh, really?
To my auntie, that the fact that you knew me in Safeway, and I think my dreads were like real short, and I didn't have a wig on, but I didn't promote my dreads very much on. Yeah, she was like, oh, because she lives around the corner from where you do your stuff, so we done walked over there from time to time, you know. So that exactly. Yeah. So, So every time I've met you, though, it's something to say about the humble in somebody.
Okay.
I've been in situations where people took that and thought it was weak. They seen that in me, the fact that I'm respectful, the fact that I am empathetic, the fact that I am humble, and they took it as a weakness. Okay. But the truth behind being humble is you're smart enough to be that shit. The truth behind it is you have a peace that someone can't disturb. The truth behind that shit is you are you, no matter what is directed at you. Yeah. So, or what's popular. You know what I'm saying? So, those are all characteristics of an alpha. I'm an alpha woman. I can tell an alpha male when I see him. You know what I'm saying? And I will also say the dealings that I have had with you, especially lately as we've been planning and plotting this podcast, you're very straightforward and you're very direct. Yeah. And you give one of those tones. You got one of those tones. You got one of them old man tones where I know he's not gonna play. Yeah. You remember we already had to reschedule this once or twice. I was like, look, if I have to reschedule this again, he's gonna fuck around and not do it. I ain't even gonna. I said I ain't gonna play with his time. He gonna think I don't respect his time. Yeah. You can there's certain attributes about a person if you're smart enough. Yeah. Sometimes the other person that's looking gotta be smart too though. Yeah. You know, you can't trust everyone's opinion.
Definitely. I'm big on my time, though. That's big that you said that. I'm big on my time.
Well, you're doing something with it. Yeah. You're doing something with it.
My time it's more than people like time is money. It's more than that. It's just, my time is my time,
And you know what I really liked?
Amount of that shit in a day. It's priceless.
You know what I really liked?
What's that?
You're such a staple in the community that you didn't mind helping me. You see what I'm trying to achieve, and I didn't even have to give you a pitch. You were just down to do it.
Of course.
There's that angle, and then it's I didn't have to tell you the more people see you, the more money you make. I didn't have to tell you that this was a good content builder for promoting you as well. I didn't have to tell you that, there's certain little things that...
But it's amazing because I be taking my business cap off. Mm-hmm. It really isn't about me. Yeah. I think that's what makes me me too as well.
Yeah, very unique.
I think about others, a lot.
But it's that see it through. Mm-hmm. How the jacket got the song "See It Through." Mm-hmm. I think it's a toss up, right? How you feel about cheating? Because I feel like young ladies of today, have been set such a low standard. They got used to that, right? and it's hard for them to go back to traditional ways because they've had to get used to a different factor. And what I mean by that is, for instance, you could date 10 guys, and each 10 of them tell you they don't want no girlfriend, and, girlfriend, it's multiple of you, I'm just having fun. And then you become a fun time girl by habit, human nature. We speak on human nature. By habit, you become a fun time girl. And then you meet maybe the 12th, 15th guy, and he actually wants to be serious. And you want to be serious. You've always wanted to be serious. You just kind of habitually got used to something else. So then you try to change that. You try to go back into traditionalism, and then out of habit and human nature, it might not work as smoothly as a person would want, or both parties would want.
I'm glad
right?
you said that. What's traditional?
Well, it depends on the way you're looking at it. See, because here goes my consciousness kicking in. See, me, I believe that there's more women on the earth than there are men, right? I believe in polyamory, but my polygamy is twisted. And remember, my form of belief is strange, right? So I say it's twisted because I am not affected or offended by other women. I'm very secure in myself. I can easily celebrate another woman, and I can easily share a man, right? I've had the chance in life to meet outstanding men that definitely were shareable. He had the energy, and I don't mean sexually, but he had the essence for me and someone else. No one lacked anywhere, so it was of mutual benefit to everybody. Like there are kingly men out there who can be shared, but it's a toss-up because in my beliefs in polygamy, not only does the man have the option, but the woman as well. And that's where most polygamous men don't agree with me. It just depends on, like, okay, your brother said something about Derek Grace earlier. So everybody's pretty much acquainted with Derek Grace.
He's well versed on this topic.
Oh, he got the baby mama, baby daddy shit packed.
I'm talking about him.
Oh, Derek Grace and polygamy.
Zelly Mack. He's well versed on this topic.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna hit him a couple places. I'm probably gonna hit him.
He's listening to you.
Derek Grace
There's the patient thing right there. See what I'm saying?
He's waiting, huh?
He's locked in.
So Derek Grace has something like a media company, like a television network sort of thing, and he has lined up with a bunch of other conscious people with similar beliefs to him. And one of the people that he has got, her name is Mother Shifter. And she has 6 husbands. Now, I don't want 6 men. I probably don't really even want 2 for real. But I do believe in villages. Your tribe. Remember, I was speaking on your tribe. So, for me, I can easily accept another woman if he's kingly enough to share, and it fits the program. It fits the structure.
Okay.
Everybody has their place. I might not be good at something that she's good at, that we need her for, and she might not be good at something that I'm good at, that we need me for. It's a group effort, sort of conglomerate. But I'd hate to get that misconstrued with the lifestyle, because I'm speaking consciousness. I'm not speaking of anything other than consciousness. But so like my grandmother, rest in peace. I was raised by a woman that had 9 kids by like 7 different men. And she was married to one. He raised everybody. She had 3 of her baby daddies around. I call 5 men grandpa by their name. Grandpa this, grandpa that, grandpa him, grandpa her, And she had it to where, this is just what I grew up watching. She would be living with her husband who was paying the bills. One of her baby's daddy lived down the street. He'd come and smoke cigarettes with her husband. They drink a beer and they whatever. Her boyfriend's on her way to come get her, though. She's finna leave and come, some. But my grandma was a wild lady. She She had her ways. But the whole thing of it, I think, for her was structure. You know, she had a man that was financially responsible regardless to what she liked or what she was attracted to. She had a man that was family oriented. I had a grandfather that took us to church every Sunday. Couldn't stand my motherfucking grandma. Couldn't stand her. Hated to honk the horn and pick us up because don't let her come outside and say nothing. But he was family oriented. He knew that her ways needed him for certain things. You know what I'm saying? It was a structure there. Gotcha. So my grandma, she was a wild woman, but she made a lot of sense. You know, where she lacked and where maybe your traditional dad couldn't, I'm going to find somebody else that's going to do it. It's going to all work out. It's going to all come together and be something. So it's crazy, right? So all that making me right, I don't feel threatened by other women, but that has bit me in the ass before. As you can imagine, like I've had men feel like they don't have to be serious with me because of that. That I was just so free spirited but there's structure behind my beliefs, you know. And then I've had men that felt really threatened by that. You know, all men want to feel needed, and all men want to feel like they could fill every capacity, right? Yeah. And I won't say that there's not men that's fulfilling 92%. And I'm not saying that you have to find somebody else to fulfill the other 8%. Different strokes for different folks. It just all depends on the energies. Yeah. You know, you can have your energy, they can have their energy. What does your energy look like when you come together? Those are where the boundaries are set. That's when, you know. But I think, for me, when I think about it, I think that women have had such a low standard that it's hard for them to catch up when they meet a man that wants a traditional setting. And I've been one of those women. I've had a man tell me, I can't fuck with you because you're just going to let me do whatever. Like I had to be his mom. He chose another woman because she was on his neck more than me. And I'm not really.
Yeah, I mean, that it's a lot of different fields, you know. I done heard weird shit, you know, in a lot of different categories of relationships that, you know.
So where do you stand with the whole, but you're not seriously dating?
So I heard what you said. It makes sense to me, right? Seriously, like, I deal with a lot of common sense shit too sometimes. Yeah. Like, a woman gets pregnant. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And she's pregnant for how long if she goes to full term?
Up to 10 months.
Correct.
I was pregnant for like 10 months.
Correct. So, in that time of 10 months, how many children can that man create?
I got an uncle. We don't know how many kids he got right now.
Facts. Now, with that being said, what does them tools suggest to you?
Reprocreation, or?
What does that tell you? Is that man, if he wants another child immediately, he can go out and have
10, 15, 20 pregnant at one time.
But that woman
can only every year.
At that time, is that. So what does the universe tell you with that? Yeah. Yeah. Right? From the root of that, right?
That's a really good analogy.
Now, women can have sex all day if they want to. Okay. But a man can't. You know, a man has to find a way. Okay. I'm with you. I mean, you know, if he's penetrating. Physically. There's other ways, you know. But if a man, he has to find a way to be, you know, at that point, I'm assuming he had to mentally be like, okay, I got to get this up, right? Right. Before all the synthetic other shit they got going on now. But from the core of the shit, to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't want, if I'm in a relationship, my woman can't have another man. Period. Like, that's out. You know what I mean? It's only one king here. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can't serve two kings. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, and it's, you know, it might sound hypocritical, but we're different species. We're different beings. Yeah. Here, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a man.
It's not hypocritical though. Yeah. Because it all depends on the individuality. Yeah. So I can put it to you like this. The example I just used with my grandma. My grandma only dated losers. she can control.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, yeah.
And when you tend to do stuff like that, you're not gonna get everything in one guy.
Yeah.
Because you're already dating a guy that's lacking.
Well, she had to be the alpha. I'm assuming in her
is
situation.
super alpha.
And then she, like you said, I don't want to necessarily call them losers. They're probably just weaker men.
Yeah.
In some ways.
Now, what's wrong? To call a man weak or to call him a loser? Which one's worse?
Well, shit. If you weak, you weak.
Absolutely.
No, I'm serious. Absolutely. Like, there's in every you have weak lions.
Yeah.
You have weak. The birds push they out the nest. If you don't, if you ain't got it, you gonna fall.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a such thing as weak. Weak and being strong and and weak. You know what I mean? So, loser, I think, was created. There's a winner and a loser. Like, shit, I feel like I'm winning every fucking day. When I wake up, I'm winning. You know what I mean? I got an opportunity today. You know what I'm saying? Some people may categorize winning and losing as like, oh, you ain't making this amount of money a day. You know what I mean? And that's their outlook on winning and losing and shit. You know what I mean? But being weak, that's the real thing.
You being an alpha and knowing your strengths, right?
I never count myself out.
Right. Well, I know that you work really hard, and I know personally you're humble and trustworthy. So I could see where you could expect a woman to just deal with you because you pretty much come with the 93%.
That's if I'm in a relationship.
Now that's where we were gonna get to.
Yeah.
Now, how are you with the cheating? Is that where you just became passive dating?
So as I'm getting older, the more I'm learning about this shit too. Like I said, I'm always an open book. But in a relationship, it all depends on what you find. That's why I asked you what did you find traditional. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you basically hit on everything, correctly.
Yeah.
To my understanding.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like me being hot dog co, right?
Right.
It comes with a lot of different shit.
Right.
So, I have my kids.
Right.
I'm chasing my purpose.
Yeah.
Regardless, you're not getting in between my purpose. And that has to be understood.
Yeah.
And it's delivered straightforward, right? My purpose is what maybe attracted you to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can't strip me from who I am.
Yeah.
Because this is what you fell in love with, or this is what attracted you to me in the first place.
Yeah.
So if I change that, it's gonna change the whole outlook on what you was attracted to in the first place.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm being unfair with that as well.
Yeah.
Now you could join, if things go right, maybe this person that I'm dealing with is into this type of shit.
Yeah.
I prefer her to be into her own type of shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can encourage her to, continue on in her endeavors that she might want to do.
Right.
And may want to come in. Because if we both out there conquering two different things, we bring it together, we winning.
You're still going to grow.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's my term.
The molding each other. Yeah. That's where that comes in.
Exactly. And, it has to be respect and boundaries there.
Yeah.
But my time is very limited.
Yeah.
With certain things. So, like, for instance, I work a lot. There's no secret to that.
Yeah.
But when I want a vacation, I go vacation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you want to go have fun.
Here, we having fun. We gonna do this, and this. And at night, we got time or something. You know what I mean? Let's, you might take a shower together. Maybe that's the only time in that time of night that we get to, have some companionship. You know what I mean? And get to the bed. Maybe I rub rub you down. Maybe you rub me down. Whatever. And we talk about your day. Whatever it is, you gotta fit that in there. Understand that our time was limited. This is where we can get it in today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I may have time to talk on the phone. You may have time to talk on the phone. I don't know. You know what I mean? But that comes with this lifestyle.
Yeah. Of being busy. Yeah. Chasing your dreams.
Yeah.
Tunnel vision.
You gotta have that in your brain. Like, what are you? What are you gonna be in this world?
Yeah.
What is your purpose? What are you doing? What does it take?
Yeah.
What are you willing to sacrifice? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And can you make this happen to where you can make this the norm for yourself to where, and understand the outlook. Like, hey, work hard now, relax later. You know what I mean? Like, I got dreams of wanting to go out, live on a beachfront, in a different country.
Oh, I want to live in Oceanside when I retire.
What I'm saying?
That's so true.
I can't get that by just fucking around.
It won't deserve it either.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I'm one of them people that when I work hard, I appreciate shit even more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I'm not gonna get the pleasure like somebody gave you $1 million versus you work for $1 million. Which one you gonna appreciate more?
Right.
The one you put the investment and time into.
You're gonna feel crazy when you just rush through that $1 million, even if it's in 10 years.
It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at shit. Like I like to earn what I get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like to know that I earned that shit.
So your passive dating basically stems from you being so busy.
Busy. Yeah.
So you kind of really don't have room to be getting drunk from no girl hurting your feelings.
Oh no, so I drink. I do drink.
You do drink?
I'm a social drinker.
Okay.
But there's not. I can't see it. I'm never gonna say never, but I can't see a scenario with me.
Have you ever had your heart broke?
I done have my heart twisted. Yeah, it didn't break, but it been twisted.
I did like.
I done felt the emotion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I done felt the emotion, the emotional high.
Yeah.
I never been high before.
Yeah.
Off weed.
Yeah.
But I felt love before. And it's an emotional.
Those natural highs are so great. I try to tell people like when I'm counseling and stuff, and when I'm preaching and stuff, I be trying to tell people like even my little cousins and stuff like. There's other ways. You can enjoy a really good meal and be on equally of a high. You can have a really good conversation. You can be with someone that you really want to see that day and be on an equal high. Yeah. I know there's times where I didn't have 8 zips on me, right? Mm-hmm. And the day was just all right. Nothing went bad. Mm-hmm. I didn't smoke a blunt till the end of the night. Yeah. But let me have an 8th. I'm finna smoke the whole 8th in 30 minutes because I'm stressed up. It's weird, right? It's weird.
I mean,
it's those natural highs. You gotta keep
the natural highs are the best. I used to actually tell my first time I felt like I was in love with. I used to tell him like there's no need for me to get high because
Oh, that's a good one.
No, it was the truth.
But it was the truth.
It was my truth. Yeah, real shit. Yeah.
This is adulting. This is adult conversation, y'all. Please don't be afraid of your feelings, fellas. Don't be afraid to dig deep and figure out how you feel, because that shit's important.
Yeah, well, we got no insecurity there. You know, when you ain't, you confident in the man you are, then you can speak on shit like this. You know what I mean? I don't, like I said, I don't feel like I'm a victim to nothing.
What would you say to the single dads? The dads who might not have signed up for the children, the dads who might have difficult other half of the co-parenting. And what I mean by difficult is this is a judgment-free zone, and I dig deep. I dig to the root, and when I look at people, I like to really look at them, for something substantial, whether it be negative or positive, because there's substantial things that can be negative too. You have to understand what makes a human and what makes people tick. And there's been times that I didn't see a young man struggling with a woman, but he was willing because he knew where those struggles stemmed from. He wasn't offended at her lack thereof. He understood, so it pushed him and motivated him more. So what would you say to the young men out there, even the old men too, because the old niggas need help too. Wow. What would you say if, they're dealing with the difficulties of being a single dad, maybe not being with the woman anymore, maybe having to pick up extra slack where the woman might fall short due to maybe the way she grew up or her dynamics or whatever?
I mean, it comes to the roots of them being a man again.
Yeah.
Everything comes back to the fundamentals of being a man.
Yeah.
That's your responsibility, so you should take care of it.
Yeah.
Regardless of the emotions of whatever is going on.
Right.
You as a man, you need to be able to push that aside. It's like being a professional or something. Like, these professional athletes got to go out and perform.
Right.
Regardless of what's going on at home or whatever's going on in their personal life.
Right.
Whatever's going on in your emotions, you know what I mean? Like, women, y'all have a lot more estrogen than men.
Yeah.
So y'all subjected to having emotional outbursts and things like that. As a man, you should be able to control your emotions, regardless. You should be in control of that, And if you're not in control of it, this is the perfect time for you to start working on that. You can exercise that. Your kids didn't actually be here. It's just something you have to do. It's one of the sacrifices that you done committed to. Once you have a child, it's mandatory. To take care of that child. Say your BM, ex-wife, your current wife, current girlfriend is giving you problems, you know, you have to exercise your patience and channel your emotions in the right directions, you know, and focus on that child, you know, and that's mainly it. Because if you're a man, you understand exactly, you know, the different dynamics that come with that.
And there's a lot of guys out there I know that, like, they're fearful at even having children sometimes because of their financial situation or the way life looks for them. But I know you can attest to...
It's the way the government sets this shit up, though.
Oh.
Like, let's just be totally honest. It's, you know, I don't get in. You don't see me post a lot of political shit.
Yeah.
Because it's all fake to me.
And they'll shadow ban you. I'm shadow banned.
It's so fake to me. Like,
shout out to those that are gonna see this that are not affected by my shadow.
They be like, women are equal to men. I'm not gonna even dive into all that. You know, I just want to know, where is that equalization coming from? Is it coming from physical or mental? Which one are they talking about?
Well, they set us up. I'm gonna speak on it. If you're not, they set us up.
Okay.
Women are not supposed to be equal to men. Mm-hmm. Women can be on a higher frequency than men, but men are supposed to be on a higher frequency. And once they said we were even, it fucked everybody up. It made the men lazy. It made the women look for less. It fucked everybody up. Yeah. So if you're not gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. Y'all know. I'm gonna say
which degrades, which all in all is degrading them, and it's degrading the man deep inside. He don't even know it.
Yeah.
And it's demasculating men, especially black men, because it's really us that's dealing with that shit in court to the most.
Yeah.
But it's like the courts are set up to strip the fathers from the homes.
Right.
Out of the children's lives.
Right.
Every child needs their father.
Yeah.
They need their mother too.
Yeah.
But every child is going to crave their father.
Yeah.
Especially as they get older.
Whether it's wrong or right.
As they get older, they're going to crave their fathers. The first 5 years, to me personally, I just going on my experience, was the nurturing stage.
Yeah.
For the mother.
Yeah.
And that's why you will want to breastfeed if you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you're creating, that mother's creating that bond from the womb. In that first 5 years, she's nursing.
Yeah.
You know, taking care of them, such and such, whatever, the child. As that child gets older, from day one, from way back, the father is the one that's out in the wilderness. Hunting.
Yeah.
That's doing this, doing that. The son wants to pattern after the father. He's naturally going to want that father's love and understand, well, what are you doing and how are you doing that?
Yeah.
You know, and that father is there to teach that.
Yeah.
So that son is naturally going to go to that
gravitate.
father. Yeah, and want to see what's going on. Like, okay, well, all right, I look like you. You know, I'm getting muscles like you, Dad, and such. You know, that's just my experience. Like, as I got older, the more I craved my father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wanted, he hung out with his partners. I wanted to hang out with him too.
Yeah.
And to his credit, he used to pick me up from my grandmother's house late at night and take me to the bars. They had their beers and shit. And
that's why you so snazzy, huh?
He'll
You've
give me
been doing
a cherry
this for
Coke.
a while.
He'll give me a cherry Coke. A root beer.
Okay.
He'll give me a root beer, and he had them put cherry.
Okay,
cherry
so you really felt like he was doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, I'm dead and half asleep, but
right.
I felt like a man.
Yeah.
At 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even know if I was supposed to be in the fucking bar.
Right.
You know, but that to me, I would never forget.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he told me, and I got older, he said, you know, I did that, son, because your granddaddy used to do that with me.
Yeah.
He said, I used to go to the bars with him and his partners when I was young. You know what I mean?
Now, see, and you remember when I spoke earlier and I said parents be afraid to give their kids what they got? Mm-hmm. That, now, your dad was wrong. He should have had you in no bar.
Yeah.
But he wasn't afraid to give you what he had.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For you to make positive, if you was gonna.
So, but let me tell you this. Let me tell you how smart of a man he was. Mm-hmm. So, I can't say he was wrong, because guess what it did for me? So, I guess.
It helped you become a man, huh?
Okay. So,
you put a little hair
I told you I'm
chest.
a social drinker, right?
Oh, you didn't want to drink.
I didn't want to drink.
Okay, I like that. I love that.
He let me sip some beer.
Okay.
And told me,
you knew right away it wasn't for you.
Go ahead, son. Take as much as you want. He told me later, that he knew that was gonna stop me from wanting to drink.
And see, and so it's all about the mentality, the mindset, and the view, and how people view things, right? And that's what I mean. Like, for instance, that story I just told about my grandma, people could view that in all kind of ways. Like, her grandma was fast, her grandma, but you see the way I said it? I knew that if that grandpa wasn't gonna do this, there was some, you know, you don't know how your kids will take the things that you set in front of them.
Yeah.
You know? But that, you know, that's amazing, because I just want to say to all the young dads out there that might be watching, whether you're, while we're on the topic, whether you're equipped or not, you know, whether you know what you're going to give a child or not, it's important, as long as you give up some sort of effort, because the universe, Allah, God, takes care of babies and fools, right? That's what they say. I have witnessed time and time again my mother being a perfect example. And she always says this to me, like, because I struggled when I first had my son, slowing down and just being a mom. You know, it doesn't matter how hard you might have it. It doesn't matter if you know which way you want to go with the shit. As long as you're putting effort into it and you're being substantial and you're putting in positive energy, you're going to be rewarded. Everything is going to be all right. You focus on them kids, you take care of them kids, you do right by them kids, you'll be overly blessed, overly rewarded. I think you are a very great example of that. You know, whether you were able to, you know, keep the relationship after the, because I learned recently that there's men out there that once they're not with you, they're not even interested in the kid that they made, even if they signed up to make the kid with you, even if they signed off on it, got you pregnant on purpose. Once they're not with you, they're not really interested in that. I've seen that happen a few times, and I just
it's a weak mindset.
It's a very weak mindset. No, people don't know what they're missing. Like I said, shout out to all the mothers also that struggle with nurturing. My mom wasn't super duper lovey-dovey. She was young. She went through things. I struggle with nurturing, you know, but it's something that I'm conscious of. So it's something that I hold a whole lot. And I say all that to say, don't be afraid if you know that you're not coming equipped. Don't be afraid to seek out those resources that'll help you get to where you need to go to be what you need to be to those kids. It's a lot of flips. I've had you here for some time now. I think we should probably wrap to the I appreciate you.
Thank you for
You are a super king. You are a super god. You are superhuman. You deserve your flowers while you're here.
Thank you.
I'm going to promote the fuck out of this video. So you guys better tune in and tap in. I do want to get into a cooking segment later down the line.
It's all good.
I know we both got a little... We could do some vegan versus meat shit. You know, I'm always on the conscious tip. I always like to trick people into learning.
I like how you think. You got some good shit, some good ideas.
I try.
So yeah, I'm always with it. You know what I mean? I like the sign. I like the setup. I like that you stayed on me. Like, Cole, we gonna get this together. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's great though. I appreciate
Definitely a mutual thing.
Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor and I appreciate that.
Oh, my heart. Before we end, I'm like, was there anything else? Any shout outs? Any endeavors you got coming up, or any collaborations and things? Yeah. Where can the people find you today?
Yeah, so you know, you can find me on Instagram at Hot Dog Co, even Facebook at Hot Dog Co. You know, we're doing plates. Shout out to my boy the real J. Cole. Yeah, so on the weekends I'm at Bluntmore, 66 Ave. Shout out to Tucky and Sandy for inviting us out there every weekend from about 12 to 6 o'clock.
That's the dispensary. Shout out to
66 Ave, Oakland, California. You know, you can also contact us for plates. You know, on Instagram. It's a number on there in the captions. You can just check out the menu, give us a call. We even do catering. And then on Fridays we do special nights at 7101 Foothill Boulevard in Oakland. We got a skating ring right at Eastmont across from the police station and McDonald's in the bus stops. So it's a little area right there. You can come in, bring the family, come out, have a good time, come skate, you know, rollerblade, whatever you want to call it, and get some good hot dog.
Come out and support, because it's the activities that the kids need and that Oakland need. And, you know, I really appreciate that. I was
Yeah.
gone when they had that skating rink open in
Yeah.
Embryville for a little
Yeah,
bit.
it got
I
shut
didn't even
down
get to
quick.
experience it. I was
Yeah.
so hurt.
Yeah, but it's a full-fledged skating ring out there. It's nice though. J. Kobe out there skating. I also do want to give a shout out to my nephew Mick Shimon.
Okay.
He came a long way. He started working with me when he was about 12 years old. And he's a grown man now, doing his own thing, got his own endeavors going on. I'm proud of him. My mom for really setting me into this type of lifestyle that I'm doing. Like, she used to have me out with the popcorn popper and hot
That's
dogs
right.
in the front yard,
Nachos, popcorn.
and yeah.
Right.
And she taught me how to make the lemonade.
Don't be afraid of
Mama Leslie. Yeah.
Don't be afraid of hard work, you guys. Instant gratification don't get you here. It don't get you here.
Yeah. So yeah, and there's countless other people. Eddie used to put me out, but yeah, it's a lot of people I could thank.
And you guys have plate pick going on.
We do have plate pick. Shout out Barrier Foods. Shout out to my boy Andrew at Plate Pick. It's like they done collab with DoorDash now. So,
okay. It's huge.
Yeah, it's pretty big. So you can order plates from there. 15-mile radius for now. We be looking to expand that. So stay tuned, you guys. Just come through, support whenever you're around. Get some good food. I may even come talk to you. You know what I mean? Have good conversations. So yeah.
This is your girl Chrissy Huss, your little sister Good Game, Big Mama Media, recording and reporting live from the Humble Hustlers talk show. And we out. Ever since that face I had.